All right, let's talk about a true icon. He's a man out of time, right? A symbol for an entire nation and really the heart and soul of its greatest superhero team. But how does one person become a living legend? Well, today we're going to dive into the official dossier and really unpack the story behind one of the most famous heroes ever, Captain America. I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? What does it actually take? Is it just about having raw power? Or a crazy origin story? Or is there something else going on? We're going to dig into the official file on Steve Rogers and find out what exactly makes this hero tick. And here he is, our guy, Steve Rogers. You gotta understand, he's not just some hero in a suit. The man is a living, breathing piece of history. I mean, from the battlefields of World War II all the way to the modern age, his story is just, it's one of a kind. So yeah, let's start peeling back those layers. Okay, so to really get who this guy is, we have to go way back, right back to the beginning. Let's start with Section 1, the super soldier origin. This is where it all began. Yeah, the whole legend kicks off right here. Think about it. It's World War II, one of the darkest times in human history. There's this secret project, right? And its goal is to create the perfect soldier. So they cook up this unique serum designed to push a person to the absolute peak of human potential. And you know what? They found their guy. So this timeline kind of lays out his incredible journey. First, he gets the serum. Boom. His body is transformed into physical perfection. Then he's immediately thrown into the fire, fighting the evil Nazi, Red Skull. But here's the real kicker, the part that changes everything. He ends up frozen in suspended animation for decades. This is what preserved him until he was revived in our time, making him the ultimate man out of time. All right, so that's the origin story. Now let's get to the good stuff. Section 2, the anatomy of a hero. What can this guy actually do? What are his powers, his skills, his gear? Let's break it all down. Okay, now this official power grid, it tells a really interesting story. Look at this. He's got a 6 out of 7 in both strength and durability. That's huge. But check out his intelligence, a 5. So he's not just all brawn, you know? He's a master military strategist who can process battlefield tactics like a supercomputer. But that last number on the list, oh, that's where things get really wild. And here it is. This is the crucial point. His fighting skill? A perfect 7 out of 7. That's the max. It's as high as the scale goes. What that means is he's an absolute master of multiple martial arts, literally one of the best hand-to-hand fighters on the entire planet. So you take that perfect skill and you combine it with his crazy strength and durability, and what you get is a legit one-man army. And of course, every one-man army needs his signature gear, right? And what's more iconic than this? But it's not just a shield for blocking things. No way. This thing is indestructible, and he can throw it with impossible precision. It becomes a devastating weapon that somehow always finds its way back to him. So, okay, we've got the physical perfection, the off-the-charts fighting skill, the cool shield. But is that really what makes a hero? Is that what takes him from being just a super soldier to becoming a living legend? Well, this is where the dossier gets to the really important stuff. And that brings us to our final and honestly most important section. We're going beyond the serum, beyond the shield. We're going to look at the core of the man himself, his character, his experience, and what makes him a true leader. You see, his greatest asset isn't his strength. It's in his mind and in his heart. This is a veteran with decades of experience, not just as a soldier, but as a hero. The man has seen it all, and all that experience has forged this unshakable moral compass. In a world that gets more and more complicated, he's the anchor. And you can see this leadership shine in his relationships. A perfect example? Look at how he is with Spider-Man. Even though Spidey's a lot younger, Cap has this deep respect for him, almost like a mentor. They fought together against all sorts of villains, and getting a nod of respect from Captain America, well, that means a lot to pretty much any hero. And honestly, this quote from the files just says it all perfectly. It says that while Spider-Man belongs on the Avengers, Captain America is the team's heart and soul. Think about that. He's the moral center, the strategic brain, the rock that holds everyone else together. You know, without him, the Avengers are just a bunch of powerful people. But with him, that's when they become heroes. So it leaves us with this final thought, right? The serum that created a super soldier. But it was his character, his courage, his leadership. That's what created a legend. It really makes you wonder what the true source of power is. Is it the perfect body? Or is it the unwavering spirit inside that tells it what to do?